You're listening to This Week in America with Rick Bratton.
Welcome back, everybody. This Week in America. Thank you for joining us. Website thisweekinamerica.us. As mentioned, our guest on the program today is Victorine Ngangu. She hopes to focus attention on the plight of more than 4 million orphan children in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, many of whom are living on the streets with little food, shelter, schooling, or hope. She has a special affinity for these children because she too was an orphan in the Congo. She came to the U.S. when she was a teenager, graduated from Loyola Marymount University, and later incorporated the nonprofit Help Children of Africa, providing food and clothes for the orphans and street children. And she's with us on This Week in America. Victorine, welcome to the program. It's great to have you with us on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
This is really important work that you're doing, and this is important work for you because of where you came from. Let's talk about that. I mentioned that these children are special to you because you too were an orphan in the Congo. Talk about your childhood and how you survived and made it here to the U.S.
I was born and I was an orphan in the Congo. I lost my mother to cancer and my father to heart disease when I was in a primary school. Then I am one of the 11 children. We struggled a little bit as far as our food and other things after the death of our parents. I came in the U.S. when I was a teenager. So then I graduated from. I made through the school and tried to go to university at Loyola Marymount, and in 2002 I graduated. And then 2008 was able to create a non-profit organization after I was in the Congo in 2011. And when I saw what was happening to those kids, and I decided to create a non-profit organization for those kids.
And the information is all on the website, helpchildrenofafrica.org. That's helpchildrenofafrica.org. You can log on to that directly to Victorine's website by going to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and you can link on it and get all of the information there. Great information, also ways how you can participate. And as you're looking, these statistics are shocking that in the year that we're living, 2016, that there are still conditions like this around the world. And you point out that 1 in 7 children in the Congo dies before the age of 5. That's unacceptable.
Yes, the problem we have in the Congo is malnutrition. The children is causing many children deaths in the Congo. And people from Congo, the average of people working in the Congo, the annual income is just $400. And when we talk about $400 per month, that means $1 per month. So if you even are lucky to have a job to feed your kids, so how can you feed your kids? Suppose if you have like 5 kids or 11 kids, as my parents did. It's just impossible. So much poverty there that people are just, kids are dying. There's no way of feeding those kids. What I'm trying to do is, a little bit to teach Congolese on the side, how they can, help the kids or how they can find a job, especially kids that are under 18, because when you don't have a job, at the age of an 18 or 19, or you finish your high school, you cannot be able to survive in the Congo. Your parents, your grandparents were not even able to help their own kids because of the poverty. So now it's just a big problem in the Congo that we're having now.
Yeah, that statistic, I'll mention it again because it is shocking. 1 in 7 children in the Congo dies before the age of 5. 25% of children are underweight, and that would go hand in hand with the poverty and the situation we were talking about. With us on the program, Victorine Ngangu, and the website is helpchildrenofafrica.org. You can go to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and link on directly. And getting back to your situation again, your parents die at a young age, and you were forced to sell family possessions to come up with enough money to feed the surviving children.
Yes, my parents were, fortunate at that time when they were alive. The parents had a little bit of, money, my father's side or my mother's side. So they were fortunate to have a little bit of money to feed us. But after they died, we were able at least to sell some of the, food outside or just whatever they left for us, which is we're still fighting for all those things like the properties and things like that. Goes back to my ancestors, which is Kingdom of Congo. We had some money, but after they passed away, it just it was very difficult even to get food. And there was one point that I have to travel a long way from Kinshasa to Matadi just to sell something like clothing, just to bring food into my house. So that was a really difficult time.
We're talking about Help Children of Africa. The website is helpchildrenofafrica.org. Information there on the situation, the crisis going on in the Congo, as well as how you can participate at any level. And I encourage you to go to the website, helpchildrenofafrica.org. We're talking about the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and that was what formerly Zaire. Some people a little older, may remember it from that name as well.
Yes, it's formerly called Zaire. At least at that time, it was a little bit better.
Yes.
But now it's really got to the point it's really worse. And my question is always, as a Congolese, I always ask, my country is so wealthy in the mineral and all kind of resources, but how can the country as a Congo, have so many poverty? I just cannot get it. I just feel like the government, especially for the children, they have to do something for those kids. Those kids, they're not getting any education, and they're not getting food. It just they're leaving on the street, and then later on they became like gang members, started doing bad things because they don't even have a place to sleep. And it's a very, very, hard situation. And as I can see, even their own parents, some kids, they live on the street, the orphans, they live on the street because some parents in the Congo, they don't want them. So I always just, ask the question, if you don't want the kids, why put the kids on this earth to suffer?
Yes.
It's lack of knowledge. People, from Congo, they have to be educated. They have to do something, and either the government or the community, they have to start doing something for those kids.
Victorine is an author of several books, Eyes of Africa, In the Heart of Our Souls. In Eyes of Africa, you talk a lot about what's going on there, all of the problems of sanitation, the medical care, education, corruption, and we'll talk about those, and we'll have Victorine back on another program because there's so many important issues to talk about there. Sanitation, that's the one that I had mentioned first, and so many people are literally dying on the streets there because of unsanitary conditions.
Yes. When you look at the Congo, the Congo, you go in the city of Kinshasa. You get there, not in at the airport, but outside the airport. You will see garbage. People throw garbage everywhere. Those people they have a condition. The condition of the water is worse. They have to look, what they're throwing on the street that can cause a little bit of a problem in the water. They don't clean the street. They don't clean, places, and the water. A lot of people that I talk to, from Congo, they always tell me, oh, yeah, I'm sick today, I have a diarrhea, just because of the water. The water is dirty, it has some, I don't know if it's insect or little things inside. It's not clean. So they need a clean water, And also, number one thing, it's not only in the Congo, but you look in Africa. The problem people having so many diseases is because those garbage you're putting outside on the street that can cause a lot of diseases, all kind of stuff. So they have to start from there, cleaning the street, having clean water, and so they can survive a little bit.
Victorine Ngangu, our guest on This Week in America. The website is helpchildrenofafrica.org. That's the organization, the nonprofit that she started. In talking about education, and that's corrupt. We mentioned the government, which has its share of corruption problems, and we'll get to that as well in the program. But education, and you make the point that because grades are bought or traded for, that oftentimes you graduate and you have a degree in something, it's still worthless because you really haven't learned anything, have you?
Yes. When I was in Zaire, that was before I came to the United States in 1987. You can see, if you go to private school, private schools, it's better. But if you go to public school, it's like your grade. Your grade is nothing because, the teacher or, people working in the school, they will tell you before you pass some classes, you have to pay money. So, you have to pay money to pass a class, which is you didn't learn anything. And then when you graduate, you finish your school, you still, you're not smart. That is a very, very, very difficult problem for students also who are smart, who are trying to learn, and some of them, they don't have the money, but they're obligated to give some money, to a teacher or to somebody just to pass the class. You don't pass the class, when you don't learn anything. You pass the class because you learn something, and you can use that knowledge later on in life. So it's a lot of things that has to do with also corruption there. Corruption, there's a lot of corruption in the Congo. That everywhere you see corruption. So I don't know how they're gonna get through those things, but they have to start somewhere.
Yeah, and in the meantime, you have these children that are just in deplorable conditions, living on the street, parentless, without food, without clothing. That brings up help the children of Africa, your mission. And you've accomplished quite a bit so far. Obviously, a lot more to do, but you've really accomplished something in a very short period of time.
Yes, I did. When I look at it, there are over 4 million orphan children living in the Congo.
Wow.
And most of them actually, they're wandering on the street. Either the parents or the family, they don't want them, or just the parents die, they're living on the street. And you have more than 4.4 million children, nearly half of the school-age population, are not in a school. I have to do something, and it's about time. Also, it's not only me, but, African themselves. they have to start doing something, even one thing or two things, or just help a little bit. We have to start doing something. We cannot just wait for the Western country to keep helping us. Because, I start this, with my own money. Okay, I put myself there. I say I have to do this for those kids because I've been through a little bit what they're going through. So we have to do something. We cannot just wait for the government to do it because sometimes the government doesn't do anything. So you're gonna wait for your niece, your nephew to starve to death outside before you help them. No, we have to come to that sense now that we have to start doing something ourselves. Otherwise, nothing can be done.
Victorine, a couple minutes left in the program. For people that are listening and watching, what can they do to help you?
Yes, they can donate money so we can provide a center for the children and bring the clean water. The 70% of a donation goes to the children. 30% to the people that does the work. I don't get paid. I don't need to get paid. Or they can buy pencils, kits, or puzzles that we're selling on our website. That can, that money that we get, we are trying in 2 years from now just to create a center and bring clean water for the kids. So that could be, that can be very helpful for the children.
And you can participate at all different financial levels. You can get all of the information on the website. It's great information. It's shocking information. It will move you to want to participate. And the website, once again, is very simple. It's helpchildrenofafrica.org. You can log on directly to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and link on directly with Victorine's website. Victorine Ngangu has been our guest on the program. The website, once again, is helpchildrenofafrica.org. So much more to talk about, and we will have Victorine back on the program. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Congratulations on some excellent work. Best of luck in the future, and look forward to having you back in the program. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
It is our pleasure. And once again, the website, very simple, helpchildrenofafrica.org. You can link onto our website, thisweekinamerica.us. Go directly there and get all of the information. You're listening to This Week in America. Once again, our website, thisweekinamerica.us.